Imagine this, it's the mid-14th century. Europe's towns are buzzing with trade, churches tower over villages, and life, though hard, carries on as it always has. Then suddenly, the world changes. A mysterious illness spreads like wildfire. People collapse in the streets. Entire families vanish in days. Within just a few years, nearly half of Europe's population is gone. We know this as the Black Death, one of history's deadliest events. But let's pause for a moment. What if it never happened? Would Europe have thrived and advanced even faster? Or would it have stayed locked in the medieval world, chained to feudal lords and superstition? Would the Renaissance, the scientific revolution, and even modern democracy exist as we know them today? Buckle up, because we're about to explore one of history's greatest other possibilities, a Europe without the Black Death. First, let's remind ourselves of what actually happened. The Black Death struck Europe in 1347 and lingered for years, wiping out between 1/3 and 1/2 of the population. Imagine entire towns abandoned, fields empty, and fear in every corner. But here's the twist. Out of this tragedy, Europe transformed. Labor shortages gave peasants bargaining power, shaking the foundations of feudalism. Wages rose, serfs demanded freedom. The rigid class structure cracked. With fewer mouths to feed, some families enjoyed better diets and opportunities. Medicine and science took small but crucial steps forward because old answers clearly weren't working. And as centuries passed, these changes helped spark the Renaissance, the age of exploration, and eventually the modern world. Now let's imagine the alternate timeline. Without the plague, Europe's population would have kept booming. Cities would be more crowded, fields stretched thin, and resources scarcer. Instead of rising wages, peasants might remain stuck in servitude for centuries longer. The church, which lost much authority during the plague, might have stayed far stronger. Religious control over daily life could have delayed challenges like the Protestant Reformation. And without the social shake-up caused by the plague, the Renaissance might not have arrived when it did, or at all. Art, science, and philosophy could have bloomed much later, if ever. Think about it. No Leonardo da Vinci, no Galileo, no Newton, at least not in the same way or the same time. And if Europe had stayed weaker, slower, and less innovative, the great voyages of exploration, Columbus, Vasco da Gama, Magellan, might never have sailed when they did. Global trade and colonial empires could have taken an entirely different shape. So, what would this mean for us? Without the Black Death's shockwave, the world might look strangely different today. Modern medicine could be centuries behind. The balance of world power might have tipped toward Asia or the Middle East instead of Europe. Technology, democracy, capitalism, even YouTube itself might not exist in the form we know. In other words, without one of the darkest tragedies in history, the modern world could be unrecognizable. So, next time you sneeze, don't panic, but do remember a single plague reshaped the entire world, and without it, you might not even be here, scrolling through videos, wondering about alternate timelines. If you love diving into these big other possibilities of history, go ahead. Smash that like button like a medieval doctor smashing herbs into a very questionable cure. Hit subscribe so you don't miss the next mind-bending twist of history. And share this with a friend who thinks history is boring, because trust me, it's anything but. And hey, stick around, because in the next video we're asking, what if the Roman Empire never fell?